You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us for DC News Now. Here at 4, I'm Annalisa Gale. Mark Hall has the day off. All right, let's take a live look outside now at Reagan National Airport as travelers start to head back home from the holiday weekend. TSA predicting that 17 million people took advantage of the holiday weekend and the roads were just as busy. AAA says the worst time to head home today is between 1 and 4. So if you're thinking of leaving right about now, yeah, that would have been a good time. Yeah, 4 o'clock now. So hopefully the roads are getting better. That's according to AAA. The Travel Association says we just wrapped up the worst time to hit the roads. Again, 1 to 4 p.m. If the Labor Day traffic doesn't get you the normal drive in the DMV May, the unofficial end to summer means Congress as well will be back in session and children across the area are back in school. One driver who lives in Virginia says the federal crackdown on crime in D.C. also is something to consider.
The checkpoints that are in place do create more unfortunate traffic. It's created more traffic on the outside of the Beltway and where people are trying to avoid coming through the district because they're afraid.
And AAA says the route with the highest amount of congestion in the DMV during the Labor Day weekend was on the Baltimore-Washington Parkway. All right, let's get a check now on our forecast. Damon, I got that car wash in this weekend because, yeah, it's looking dry out there.
It sure is. No rainfall in sight, and that dry weather is part of why things have been at least so spectacular for any plans you may have had throughout this Labor Day weekend. Some folks may have gone out of town, others that stayed put. Well, you couldn't ask for much more from Mother Nature, and we're wrapping up the holiday weekend on the same note. Temperatures out there peaked early this afternoon in the upper 70s. That's where many of us still are here at 4 o'clock. Manassas, one of the few locations that did get just enough sunshine to bump up into the lower 80s. Now, with clouds streaming back in, that helped to cap off our peak temperatures for the day. But on top of that, there's been a bit of wind. It was rather calm Saturday and Sunday, but northeasterly breezes peaking up to around 15 to 20 miles an hour at this point. They are also helping to keep things a little bit cool, but still comfortable as we try to wrap up this Labor Day and then, of course, get started into what will be a shorter work week for many of us out there. And again, outside of that little bit of a breeze, a few clouds passing on by, there are no concerns as we head toward the end of the day, straight through the evening time. Temperatures will start to drop just like they have the last several nights as we get later and later into this Monday night, mid-60s by 11 o'clock. And do not be surprised at all if you're up around sunrise tomorrow, you're going to feel a very fall-like chill once again to kick off your Tuesday. Now, as we progress along this week, will there finally be some changes to our weather pattern? Could there be rainfall and could there be warmer temperatures on the horizon? We'll have a full look at your forecast coming up here in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. And President Donald Trump is praising D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser this afternoon. He posted on his Truth Social saying Bowser has, quote, become very popular because of how she worked with the president on bringing down crime. Now, we reached out to Mayor Bowser's office regarding those comments. So far, we have not heard back. And that post comes 3 weeks after the president federalized the D.C. Police Department, which meant deploying thousands of National Guard members and hundreds of federal agents in the district, all in an effort to crack down on crime. DC News Now's Marielle Carbone is joining us live now from DC Superior Court. And Marielle, you've been hearing from community members that are still pushing back on those efforts. What was their message today at the courthouse?
Well, Annalisa, if we look at the numbers, the U.S. Attorney General says there have now been 1,599 arrests, and advocates say those numbers are overwhelming the court system here. It is why they say the front lines of the resistance are now here at the courthouse.
We must protect one another.
Outside D.C. Superior Court, a resistance to the president's crime crackdown is brewing.
Because we know that the safest communities do not have more police, they do not have tanks.
The recent surge in federal law enforcement officers and the resulting 1,600 arrests is now straining the court system, according to advocates like Frankie Sebron.
We've seen an exponential increase, a burst in these lockup lists.
Sebron is with Harriet's Wildest Dreams. The group founded a court watch system in 2021, training training people to sit in court, watch, listen, and report.
When there's someone there to bear witness, it really puts everybody on notice.
What they've seen over the last few weeks.
On a typical day, we would usually see about 40 to 60 folks being held and going through arraignment. For the last 2 Mondays, it's been in the hundreds. And last week, arraignment court didn't end till 1 a.m. Court started at 1:30 p.m.
Beyond the sheer number of people being processed, there have been other impacts.
The ending in cash bail, the executive order that was signed, that has really impacted our courts. And so now prosecutors are asking for outrageous, outlandish things to be done that just aren't constitutional.
Monday, the president touting his efforts and thanking Mayor Bowser, writing on Truth Social that D.C. is now a crime-free zone.
There's only 2 choices in this. That's to resist or concede.
Harriet's wildest dreams calling on more people to step up.
And we will be at this court until the last person is seen. The new front line is at the courts.
And Sebron says just last week, the organization trained 500 new Court Watch volunteers. They're also collecting donations, things like water, fruit, other snacks here at the courthouse that they're using to give out to people after they are released from court. Reporting live from the courthouse, I'm Marielle Carbone, DC News Now.
All right, Marielle, thank you. And happening today in Maryland, the search continues for a missing 19-year-old woman who vanished more than a week ago. Dakara Thompson, who is from Lanham, was reported missing last August. She was last seen August 22nd there. Her family found her car and other personal belongings in Hyattsville, and on Sunday, her parents, along with dozens of supporters, held a prayer vigil near where they found that car, which is along Jasmine Terrace. Juanica Robinson is considered a second mother to Dakara. During that vigil, she shared her concern for all missing children.
Our children are not prey. They are not objects to be taken, trafficked, or silenced.
Piece together this puzzle. If you have any information on her whereabouts, you're asked to contact the Prince George's County Police Department. In Virginia now, Fairfax County detectives have charged a deputy sheriff after a domestic-related assault in Fair Oaks. Officers responding to a home on Summit Corner Drive Thursday afternoon where the victim was reportedly assaulted during an argument. Deputies arresting 36-year-old Catherine Lepkowski of Fairfax. She's charged with assault on a family member. And Prince George's County Police arresting a man Saturday for allegedly placing Molotov cocktails near the Capitol Heights fire station. 36-year-old Slater Kaye is facing several charges, including felony possession of a destructive device. Firefighters say that on August 13th, a man could be seen placing those devices near the station. At this time, his motive remains unclear.
And in this case, on Saturday morning, the on-duty crew here at Station 805 was able to locate a suspect or an individual across the street that matched the description of the suspect we were looking for. We alerted on-duty Prince George's County Police patrol officers, and they were able to take the suspect into custody without incident.
Kaya could also face up to $250,000 in fines and 25 years in prison. And a reminder right now for D.C. residents, the Department of Public Works did not pick up trash today. All trash will be collected tomorrow. DDOT also suspended construction and work zones for non-emergency work. Also right now on Metro, buses and trains are running on a Sunday schedule today, and summer construction on the southern end of the Green Line ended. That means Naylor Road, Suitland, and Branch Avenue stations are now back open. New today, 2 Anne Arundel County firefighters are hanging up their helmets after decades of service. Firefighter 2 Jimmy Johnston is retiring after 38 years and spending most of his career in special operations and later supporting the logistics support section there. Firefighter 3 Randy Ramaglia is also stepping down after years in the 1st Battalion. Before joining the department, Ramaglia served as an Army Ranger. He even shared his story in the Netflix documentary Surviving Black Hawk Down. The department thanked both men for their dedication and service to the community and the nation.